When did the family who called you the villain come crawling back? I was 24 when my cousin totaled my car while drunk, and my family disowned me for pressing him about it. Deacon was the golden boy of our family, my uncle's only son, football scholarship, the smile my grandmother kept framed on her wall. When my parents died, I was raised half in his house, and everyone made sure I remembered whose house it was. That New Year's, he took my car from the driveway while I slept. No license, blood alcohol twice the limit, wrapped it around a guardrail at 2 a.m., and walked away with a cut on his forehead. That car was the last thing my dad ever gave me, and I was still making payments on the repairs from the previous summer. When I said I'd need him to pay for it, or I'd have to file the insurance claim honestly, the family descended on me like I'd struck him. My aunt called me heartless. My uncle said, boys make mistakes, family absorbs them. My grandmother, the woman I loved most in the world, looked at me and said, your father would be ashamed of how small you're being. For a few months, they performed fairness. Uncle Walt promised payments and even made 2. There was a family meeting where everyone agreed Deacon needed to grow up. My aunt hugged me and said my anger was valid. Then the story began to rot. The payments stopped temporarily. By spring, the version being told at Sunday dinners was that I'd left the keys out carelessly, practically an invitation. By summer, I heard from a cousin that I'd thrown Deacon under the bus to collect insurance money. My grandmother stopped calling. I was quietly dropped from the lake trip, then Thanksgiving, then everything. The claim I filed, truthfully, cost Deacon his license for a year, and as far as that family was concerned, I had done that to him, not the whiskey, me. So I left, not dramatically. I just stopped showing up where I wasn't wanted. I finished my insurance adjuster certification, then kept going. Fraud investigation, then a job at a firm that consults for defense attorneys on accident reconstruction. I got good at reading a crash the way other people read a sentence. I met Priya, whose family asks how you're doing and waits for the answer. We married in the fall. My side of the aisle was 2 coworkers and my old roommate. 6 years after New Year's, my phone rang on a Tuesday. My aunt, crying so hard I couldn't understand her at first. Deacon had been in another crash. This one had a person in it. A man on a motorcycle, badly hurt, months of surgeries ahead. Deacon swore the man had swerved into him, but the police report leaned the other way, and the lawsuit was for more than my uncle's house was worth. Then Uncle Walt took the phone, and his voice had none of the boom I grew up flinching from. You do this for a living now. You know how these cases work. You know experts. We need you. And my grandmother, in the background, saying the sentence they'd sharpened on me years ago. Family absorbs mistakes. I sat with that for a moment. It really is something, hearing the knife offered back to you handle first. I told them the truth, which is more than they ever gave me. I said I don't work miracles. I work evidence, and evidence doesn't care whose son you are. And then I said the part I'd waited 6 years to say. You taught me that family absorbs mistakes. Then you made me the mistake. You absorbed him and cut me out. Silence. Then my aunt, softly. That was different. You were strong enough to take it. That's the line I still think about. They didn't deny any of it. Being able to survive their treatment was to them the justification for it. Here's the ending, and I want to be honest about it. I didn't leave them to burn. There was an injured man in that story who deserved the truth, whatever it was. So I gave my uncle the name of a legitimate reconstruction firm and told him to stop coaching Deacon before he perjured himself. That's all, not connections. A referral, and the advice they never took with me. Deal in the truth early because it compounds. The physical evidence came back split, both drivers partly at fault. Deacon's share still cost them the lake house. He's sober now, 2 years, and last month he sent me a letter that opened with, you were the only one who ever made me pay for anything, and it turns out that was the practice I needed. Him, I answered. The rest of them still tell people I abandoned family. From what I can tell, they've finally got the story half right. I just fixed which family.